Hello everyone, this is Dr. Choi. I hope you had a wonderful holidays. Today, I would like to discuss about assignment. Not only assignment for my class, but pretty much all the assignment you will need to do in the future. So this is kind of a walkthrough you can follow. So let's talk about research or assignment. And these are the 5 steps you can follow. First, what is a research question? Sometimes professor will give you specific research question, but sometimes they don't. You need to set your research question. Research question is not something special. Let's just delete this part. What is your question? What is your question about that topic? If it is history class, it must be a topic related to history. If it is an acupuncture course, it must be the question related to acupuncture. What is your question? What is the exact location of Hagu? Or how long I should retain the acupuncture needles? Those are the questions you have. And you just started this journey as an acupuncturist, so I assume you have thousands of questions. How acupuncture work? Can you reduce your weight with acupuncture? Is acupuncture effective for migraine? All those your questions are possible in this class. What is your question? We just call that research question. Why? Because you will do research about that. So research is not something complicated or special. It is the way of solving your question. And research question can be divided into mostly 3 different categories. First, what is this? What is this? The questions like, what is migraine? Or what is moxibustion? What is PCOS? So in some cases, you will need to do research about these kind of simple topics. If you want to answer these questions, review studies are the best form of the study to answer these questions. What is this? How acupuncture work? What is the mechanism of acupuncture? And second question might be, is it effective? I think you will have a lot of this kind of question. For example, is acupuncture effective for COVID-19? Or is TCM herb can reduce body weight? So TCM herb can reduce body weight. What else? Acupuncture can treat back pain. So these questions are about efficacy of the intervention. So you want to prove acupuncture or other interventions in TCM is effective or not. In those cases, RCT, randomized controlled trials, are the best form of the study you need to search. And systematic review is a collection of RCTs. So systematic review and RCT can be a source of the study. And third, how do we treat? So this is about treatment modality. Likewise, how can we treat gastritis with acupuncture? Or how do we treat cancer in TCM? So these are the questions about how do we treat treatment modalities. If you want to answer those questions, actually the case study might be the best study form you need to search. But in many cases, RCT and other study types like a review study can give you some answers for this question. But through case study, you will find detailed acupuncture point selections and the needle used and how long they treated. So all the information you can find in case studies about treatment modalities. So first thing is setting your research question. When you decide the research question, you need to do preliminary research with the search engines. There are certain advices I want to give you when you set your research question. Research question should not be too specific. Too specific. Actually, these were the research questions from different semester, from different students. So it was about acupuncture and carpal tunnel syndrome. And it is about efficacy. And when is the best age or time to start facial acupuncture to prevent or slow down aging? Yeah, I'm curious about too. I think this question is too specific. So I don't think you will find useful information about this because cosmetic acupuncture is not that widely accepted in academia. So actually we do not know actually facial acupuncture work or not. Probably they do not have the luxury to study this kind of topics. How about this? Is facial acupuncture better than Botox? Yeah, as I told you, we do not know facial acupuncture work or not. So we are not the level of talking about is it better than Botox or better than some other procedures. I'm not certain, but probably you will not find any information about this. How long does facial acupuncture last? In some studies, they can give you the information about this. Can facial acupuncture cure acne? I'm not sure if there is facial acupuncture and acne, the study about facial acupuncture and acne, but probably there must be study about acupuncture and acne, just acupuncture and acne. So this is too specific too. So actually, the most of the questions, research questions from my students when they start, those are too specific. It will be extremely hard to find useful information. Or your research question might be too general. Likewise, acupuncture and pain, so there will be so many researches. For example, if you are trying to find some information about aspirin and antipyretic effect, so to speak, you don't have to answer the questions because the answer is already widely accepted. So that is too general. Can aspirin prevent the cardiac or cerebral disease, vascular disease? That might be better research question. So the perfect question, research question, is not that specific but not that general. And we call that knowledge gap. The knowledge gap is that which need to be filled by new research, either because we know little or nothing. So there's a gap between something already have been done and something we need to do. The research gap to me is the gap between the discovery of knowledge relevant to practice and the time it takes to put that information into practice in the field. But in your case, your research topic can be general. You don't have to actually fill the gap. Actually filling the knowledge gap is the purpose of research. Because they want to know. Who? The audience, readers out there want to know. Because there's a gap. Because nobody answered that question yet. But what you are doing now is not discovering something or filling the gap, but collecting the information. Setting your research question with a general topic will be easier to write assignment. So once you set your question, aka research question, try to do some search. And you can modify your research question based on what you find. So you don't have to cling to one specific research question which you started. You can modify anytime. Okay, step one, setting your research question. Second step is searching that topic. Topic here means research question. To search, first you need to build the query. And we spent a lot of time to learn how to build a query, especially for PubMed. Usually you will start from these three search engines: Google, Google Scholar, and PubMed. Let's set our hypothetical research question: acupuncture and obesity. Acupuncture and obesity. So this is a very general research question. It is about efficacy. And you can search Google, and likewise acupuncture and obesity. So this is just natural term, and you can find just random information there. So this is not what you intended, and there's something I told you: file type PDF. Then Google will search only PDF files. Then you will see actually articles like acupuncture found effective for obesity reduction from NCCAOM, our association. So you can get some information, especially when you find out these informations. Please check these references, and you can dig into this article more with these articles the author used in this article. Many different treatment modalities like auricular acupunctures and regular acupuncture. So maybe these are the informations you have been looking for, or not. So just try to read it first. You can find many background informations here on previous studies. And this study was actually randomized controlled trial, as you can see here. So this study was for efficacy, proving efficacy. This is very small size randomized controlled study. And this study was single-blinded randomized investigation. Research concluded acupuncture and auricular acupuncture produced superior patient outcome for obesity. Interesting. We can see the detailed data. I'm not sure this article has been published in medical journal or not, but you can just use this information as a reference. And next, here, effect of acupuncture and intervention types on weight loss. So you can see the full text, and this is a review article, systemic review and meta-analysis. So this is about efficacy of acupuncture treatment. So if you want to just quickly browse the result, just check the conclusion. So this is the figure called forest plot, and this side is favored result and this side unfavored result. And most of the study included here in this review says the acupuncture was effective. And you can use this conclusion for your study. One of the main findings of our study is that acupuncture treatment alone was not more effective than no treatment or sham acupuncture alone. This is a very important conclusion. So I'm certain that the studies included here, those studies are not high quality studies. We cannot decisively conclude the causation between acupuncture and weight loss. So reading those articles itself is a good start. If you cannot interpret these tables, figures, just read the conclusion and discussion. That would be absolutely useful. So this is one way of finding about this topic. And also you can use Google Scholar. So here already Google recommended Scholar articles here. So you can just type without this PDF. So this is the articles you can find in Google Scholar, but I strongly recommend to use PubMed instead of Google Scholar. There's cons and pros, but Google Scholar is way better when you try to find out the informations beside the medicine, biomedicine, likewise history of TCM or philosophy or some figures in the TCM history like Sun Xinmiao. Those articles are not usually listed in PubMed, so this is the better place to start the search. But the topic like this, acupuncture obesity, will be better on PubMed. So it depends. If your research topic is more oriented to human science or social science, Google Scholar will be needed. But if your research question is medical topic, you do better stick to PubMed. And we learned how to search PubMed with the natural terms and Boolean operators, and most of all, using mesh terms. So I made some walkthrough about a mesh browser, using mesh browsers, and how to find the mesh term. So please check those clips too. So acupuncture, and obesity. You don't have to type "and" here, but let's try the same word and click advanced. Then you can check what actually PubMed searched here. So acupuncture therapy, there's a mesh term, and obesity, these are the mesh term too. So I told you the obesity and acupuncture without any quote and mesh will get you the most relevant and sensitive data to search. So 53 search result, but please check there's a filter here, review and system review. So I only search it review and system review. If you try to know the efficacy of acupuncture for obesity, you'd better check randomized controlled trial too. And I will not include review. Then 109 researches. So actually there are too many search results. So let's use a filter full text here. So 63 full text articles you can find here. So once you read all these 63 articles, you'll be the expert about this topic. So just why don't you start with the first 10 articles? And here display option, you can use best match. Then PubMed will get you the most relevant data, PubMed think. Or this is the better option I usually use, the most recent. So it's up to you. So once you find it, so comparative effectiveness of East Asian traditional medicine for childhood simple obesity, and you can find this full text, but let's check if the whole article is worth to read. Then let's see. Based on treatment, ranking cupping acupressure was optimal for BMI reduction compared to non-medical management, followed by the quality of evidence. So it's always same conclusion. Okay, then you can click the full text. Then you can check the full article here. If you prefer PDF, you can click here. You can check the full text article. So let's just check the conclusion first. Discussion, summary of evidence. Actually, this is the part I demand you guys to do. Summarize articles you found. So we comprehensively searched a total 2012 database and total 33 RCTs. For example, if you search 6 articles as a reference, then you summarize just articles just one by one. I think this is the best manner. So 3 articles were RCT and 6 articles were system review. First start with that way, and you can just summarize acupuncture and cupping, reduce the BMI. So you can find some summarized result here. You can summarize in your own way based on research. Let's go back to PubMed. Let's check only RCT first. Let's check this article. Electroacupuncture reduce weight, skin fold thickness. Let's check. Conclusion. Electroacupuncture promote reduction in abdominal waist circumferences compared to control group. Then it would be really nice. So it is very interesting to me. Then I will check the full text and summarize this article. So you cannot access full text. So if you cannot access full text you want to read, please let me know. And I also told you how to find the full text, those articles. Even though I filtered with the full text, but there are some articles you cannot access. So in this way, first, find maybe just less than 10 articles of your interest and summarize those articles. That is my assignment. Summarize those articles. And this is searching part.